Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Karen.
And I'm Mike. And we are beginning a 3-day look at taking your own studio photos. That's right. If you have ever wanted to take pictures of yourself looking your best, looking like a supermodel, we will be showing you how to do that. Now, Karen, you're a lovely, lovely lady.
Thank you.
I'm sure you have taken studio photos before.
Yes, I have.
I knew it.
It is so much fun, especially after you put on the makeup and get your hair done and then wear the pretty clothes, and then the photographer will use special lighting to make your skin look like it's glowing. Ding ding!
Absolutely. All of that even before you turn on or get out your camera. And then you're right, with the lighting and the camera, all sorts of special lenses or filters you can use. This is why a lot of people go to professionals, professional photographers, people whose job it is to take beautiful pictures. But professional photographers, professional studios, those cost money.
A lot of money, right? So take your own studio photos. Maybe it won't cost so much.
Exactly, or maybe if you get good, you could make a little bit of money taking photos for your family and your friends. They would certainly love it if you or someone you know can help them take their own studio photos, maybe even with just the camera on the phone in your pocket. Who knows what we're going to learn, but it will be useful and interesting and fun, and we're going to find out all about it from Tiffany and James in our dialogue. Tiffany and James are at a self-photo studio.
Where are we and why are we here?
This is a unique kind of photo studio, and we're here to create a special memory of us.
So someone will take our photos? I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera.
I know that. This is a self-photo studio, so we'll shoot ourselves.
So today we are looking at part 1 of Take Your Own Studio Photos. And like we mentioned before, usually these studio photos, if they're taken by a professional photographer, they will cost a fortune. It will cost a lot of money, right?
It will definitely cost you a lot of money, so why not try to do it yourself? And the good news is there are places that are set up just to let you do that, to try your own professional photos by yourself. Let's check it out. Tiffany and James are our two characters here. Tiffany and James are at a self-photo studio. And when you see self something, usually that means you do it yourself, like a self-serve restaurant.
That's right.
You get your own food. So here, you take your own photos in a very nice studio.
That's right, a studio, and that is a noun. It's basically a room where maybe musicians could work, a photographer could work, a dancer, or an artist. So for example, you can say the model got her pictures taken in the studio.
There you go. Any place where people go to do art and creative work would be a studio. Tiffany starts it off, and she might be in a studio, but she doesn't exactly know where she is, so she has questions.
That's right. So Tiffany says, where are we and why are we here? So she has no idea why they are there, and she doesn't know that it's a self-photo studio.
Interesting. So her friend James must have said, "Come with me, I have a surprise for you today." And she found herself in this big empty room, this studio. Well, James explains to Tiffany. He says this is a unique kind of photo studio, and we're here to create a special memory of us.
Aw, it sounds really, really sweet. And we all know that pictures always bring back a lot of memories, right?
Absolutely. That's why we love taking them at important times of our life with our family and our friends. It gives us a unique way to remember special times. We saw that word unique. James said this is a unique studio. Something unique is special. It's one of a kind. It's the sort of thing that is not normal or common or usual. No, it's strange and special and extraordinary and something that will really be memorable. Something you probably won't see or do before in your life. So a unique studio makes me think it's not like most other studios.
That's right, and it's probably special in a good way. So Tiffany continues by saying, so someone will take our photos? I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera. I think a lot of people would feel the same way. When you say, I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera, maybe you would feel a little bit awkward. You don't know how to be yourself. You don't know where to place your hands. You don't know how to smile. So you might not feel so comfortable. How about you? Do you feel comfortable in front of the camera, Mike?
I don't know. I mean, if your friend pulls out their camera to take a picture at dinner or at the picnic or something, you might feel comfortable. But in a studio with the lights and a strange person there and all the expensive equipment, yeah, you might get very shy and embarrassed and nervous, right? So I think I would be kind of like Tiffany, like, okay, but I'm not a model. This is not normal for me. But James, he is a good friend. He says to her, I know that. I know that you might be nervous or embarrassed or uncomfortable. So it's just us. This is a self-photo studio. So we'll shoot ourselves. And no, don't worry, they're not going to use a gun or a bow and arrow to shoot at each other. We also shoot pictures.
That's right. So to shoot, that is a verb. We're not using a gun or else that would be very, very scary. But to take pictures of yourself, you can also use this word.
Yes, absolutely. You don't shoot a gun in a studio. Don't shoot a basketball in a studio. There's a lot of expensive stuff. So we're going to take a break and then we'll be back to find out more about their self-photo shoot.
See you soon.
Really? That takes some of my fear away.
I'm glad. Now we have control over all the equipment. So, where would you like to start?
Look, they have background scenes. Can we go through those?
Sure.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were looking at Tiffany and James, and they are at a self-photo studio. And Tiffany was saying how, she feels a little bit uncomfortable in front of the camera, but James said, not to worry. This is a self-photo studio, right? No one else will be there.
That's right. So, of course, Tiffany is feeling much more relaxed about taking the photos. It's just her, James, and the equipment. No one else there. This is very, very private and very nice for her because she would feel embarrassed.
That's right. So now Tiffany says, really? That takes some of my fear away. Because she didn't know. She thought maybe there would be a photographer, right?
Exactly, that's right. So if you're doing something that you're not comfortable with, that you might be embarrassed or you might feel nervous about, well, that could be a form of fear. Fear is basically when things that you can't control, bad things that you can't control, could happen to you. You don't know if they will. They are not happening to you right now, but in the future, something bad could happen. So it's just worrying about that thing, worrying about that bad thing that is what we call fear. Fear is based on things we have experienced or things we've seen. If you see an angry dog barking, you might have a fear that the dog could bite you, that kind of thing. It's very normal because, of course, there are bad things in life that we can't control that could happen, so we have fear. But don't worry, usually they don't.
That's
Usually
true.
things work out okay. And let's hope that things work out okay for Tiffany. James is there also to help her. James says, I'm glad you don't have fear, that you're feeling relaxed, that you're not nervous. That was the plan. Now, he says, we have control over all the equipment. Now I have fear because I don't know how to use a camera well. I would be worried about that. But it's true. They can make all the decisions. They can be the boss of their own photo shoot. So let's get to it. Or as James says, so where would you like to start? Or what would you like to do first?
So they get to decide everything they want, right? And they have control over all the equipment, right? And we're looking at this word equipment, and that is a noun. Basically, it just means a set of tools or things needed to perform some tasks. So they're in a self-photo studio, so they might need a camera or the photo booth, and they have all the things, they have control over all these things, right?
Exactly right. Tools to do a job, things you need to do for a certain activity. In this case, it would be cameras, lights, maybe a computer that they can look at the pictures with. That's the pretty normal equipment for doing a photo shoot. Oh, but they do have something cool. Tiffany notices this is not normal when you take photos with your friends.
That's right. So now Tiffany says, look, they have background scenes. Can we go through those? Okay, so now they have another choice to make because they can choose their own background. So what's a background? That's a noun. Basically, it's like the scenery or picture behind something. So, you know, oftentimes when you take a picture, maybe you're hiking, then the background maybe would be the mountains, right?
Yep.
And maybe you are going to the beach and you're taking a photo there, then your background would be the beach.
That's right. You can add in a background probably using a computer or something like that. Or they might just have really big pictures that people stand in front of. It could look like a castle. It could look like an undersea ocean adventure scene. Anything like that could be in it to make the scene. The scene is basically setting up where we are, what are we doing, what kind of world are we living in. This is the scene that we would be talking about. In movies and plays, they will change scenes through the movie. One scene is inside a house with people talking. Another scene is outside, people walking down the street. And a third scene could be inside a store or an office building. It's just a different place or a location. So James says, sure, we can look at the different background scenes. We can pick whatever we want. And maybe they even have different clothes that they can wear.
I think maybe that's so exciting.
Oh, they could have a princess and a knight with a castle and a dragon background scene. That'd be so cool.
Yay! I want to go to one of these self-photo studios too.
Well, let's wait a few more days until we finish the article. Then we'll have some really good new ideas
All right.
about what we can do there. So come back and join us tomorrow, guys, and bring all your creative photographic ideas. Tiffany and James will be letting their imaginations run wild. It should be great. See you then.
See you guys next time.
Tiffany and James are at a self-photo studio.
Where are we and why are we here?
This is a unique kind of photo studio, and we're here to create a special memory of us.
So someone will take our photos? I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera.
I know that. This is a self-photo studio, so we'll shoot ourselves.
Really? That takes some of my fear away.
I'm glad. Now we have control over all the equipment. So, where would you like to start?
Look, they have background scenes. Can we go through those?
Sure.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 unique 形容词，独特的。Everyone's fingerprints are unique. 每个人的指纹都是独特的。Fingerprint 指的是指纹。下一个单字 shoot 动词，拍摄。它的三态是 shoot, shot, shot. They shot the movie in Africa. 他们在非洲拍这部电影。下一个单字 fear 名词，恐惧，害怕。Lucy has a fear of flying. Lucy 有飞行恐惧。最后一个单字 scene 名词，场景。We are painting street scenes. 我们正在画街景。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 take a photo 拍照，照相。Photo 指的是相片、照片，它的后面可以用 of 来接拍摄对象。我们来看看这个例句 I like to take photos of plants. 我喜欢帮植物拍照。下一个文法 have control over 加名词，对什么有掌控权。Control 在这里是一个不可数名词，意思是掌握、控制权。它的后面加上 over再接受词，表示权力地位等在什么之上。我们来看看这个例句 The general has control over the country. 那位将军掌控了国家。General 指的是将军。最后一个文法 Go through something 仔细看某物，这是一个不可以分开的动词片语。我们来看看这个例句 I need to go through the report before the meeting. 我需要在会议前仔细看一下报告。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Here's how to play. The host will be holding 3 cards. Each card will have 2 sentences containing a secret vocabulary word or phrase that has been replaced by the word bear. The host will read the sentences out loud for the contestants to guess. Whoever guesses first gets a point. The person with the most points wins. And you can play along too.
Hey, I'm Josh.
I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Toy.
Today we're going to be playing Guess the Bear. You guys excited?
Yeah,
sure.
It's been a while. All right, we've got the first one coming up. This is a noun, one word. She has bear paying attention in class. Their bears started with the town's new mayor.
Trouble?
Ooh, that's very quick and you got it right.
Oh.
You had no trouble with that one right there. And let's see how that sounds without the bears. She has trouble paying attention in class. Their troubles started with the town's new mayor. Yeah, new mayors are tricky like that. The next one, this is a verb. One word, the computer crashed before she could bear her work. His phone ran out of space after he bared the pictures.
Download?
No.
Save?
Yes. You got it. Save. The computer crashed before she could save her work. His phone ran out of space after he saved the pictures. At least he got to save them. All right. This one's a little bit more tricky. It's a phrase with 2 words. Mary bared bear candy to be healthier. He had to bear video games to focus on studying.
Cut out?
No.
Give up?
Yes.
Yes.
Give up. Very good. Mary gave up candy to be healthier. He had to give up video games to focus on studying. Yeah, I think I need to give up candy and video games, but I just can't stop.
Why should you?
Well, that's a very good point. I'm not giving them up. That was a great round. Yeah. You're the winner.